Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Joe here with me is my co-host Dan.
Hello and greetings.
Today we're reviewing Cobra-Kai, Episode 5, Quiver, which is a reference to a quiver of cobras, primarily. It says it's an obsolete term for the word, but it's actually the equivalent of a pack or a group of cobras. Basically, you call it a quiver of cobras. That's not an obsolete term. That's an actual term, like a cackle of hyenas, a murder of crows, a pack of wolves, a pride of lions. This is just the way it's always been. I don't know why they say it's obsolete. Whatever. This episode sees Danny trying to find a karate partner. Sam's not interested. She's more interested in boys. She's cyber stalking Miguel because she's rather smitten with him after that school brawl. You've got Danny who approaches Amanda, who mocks him and about how last time they had karate, well, the result is sitting on the couch, eating them out of house and home. Which, this is almost a funny thing, but it's just, once again, belittling. Which, that's her norm. As for Anthony... yeah, no one takes him seriously. So, anyways, Danny's screwed in that regard, but then at the end of the episode, Robbie approaches, and Robbie ends up kind of manipulating the conversation so that Danny invites him for karate. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say Robbie did not manipulate Danny, but yes, he did. Yes, he totally did. This is what... Okay. Robbie is semi-sociopathic in the first two seasons when it comes to his dad and Danny. And it's clear that he approached Danny LaRusso with the intent of getting one over his dad. And holding it against his dad and just generally abusing his dad this way. Which, it works. And up until the school fight, he is totally invested in this. Well, actually, up until the whole Sam at Dad's place thing. He is totally invested in this little juvenile scheme. And it is very immature. And it's not just immature, but it's cruel. And I have no idea why the fan base is so against Johnny when it comes to Robbie's little scheme, and they can't see that he's playing sociopath here. It is one of the most emotionally manipulative things I have ever seen on television, and there's been some pretty sociopathic things shown on television in a lot of different series, but this is... When I say it's one of the most extreme things I've seen, I'm only referring to the soap opera genre of dramas, which is essentially what Cobra-Kai is, but it's enjoyable.
Robbie knows that there's history between Johnny and Danny.
He knows the exact history, but he's just playing he's just trying to wound his dad in every possible conceivable way. In a way, it reminds me of Jolie Bindo with his wife, Nayama, right around the time of the Exarchun Wars and what she did to Jolie. That's what it kind of reminds me of. And this is just so sociopathic. I can't have imagined doing this to my dad. Then again, we have some relatives we're not close to and we are not fond of, and they're not fond of us. But I can't imagine them doing this to us or us doing this to them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this just seems very petty. That said, it's very interesting that Robbie does it. It adds to the drama. And that's what this is, a drama. Anyways, as for Johnny struggling with his students, because he used to be a loser in 79, but he's... how do I put it? He's taking it out on others, to an extent. That said, Dimitri soon picks a fight with him, harassing him about how he's calling Eli Lip. Yeah, sure, Johnny shouldn't exactly say it, but he's doing the drill sergeant thing with Eli. He's basically explaining Eli's going to keep being a victim until he learns to stand up for himself. Till he gets angry and says, "Shut up. Don't you dare call me that. I don't appreciate it." That's the thing. Johnny's just waiting for him to explode, just saying, "Explode now. Go. Go. Stand up to me. I'm playing devil's advocate for your bullies here. Stand up to me. Get angry at me. Push back. Punch back. At that point, I'll back off because you just showed me there's something in you that, you can fight back. You can hold your own emotionally. You cannot let the other person, kind of control the conversation and the argument." And Dimitri starts patronizing Johnny, saying, "Well, if we ever get in a combat situation, we'll just invite the police in." And just continuously, it's a battle of wills, really. And Dimitri's told to knock it off by Miguel. That doesn't go down well. So Johnny beats the stuffing out of him a little, while Moore knocks him onto the ground. And Dimitri claims it's a beating. But Dimitri is melodramatic and all talk in this season. He's not very likable.
He runs his mouth.
I'm going to be in the minority here, but I think the best thing that happened to Dimitri was getting bullied by Hawk. He needed that slap of reality to wake him up. And Hawk needed to bully him in order to... Because in a way, Dimitri is bullying Eli here. He's demeaning Eli so that he himself feels better about protecting Eli, in a way. It's a very abusive relationship. But on the other hand, I don't think Dimitri deserved the arm breaking he got in season 3. That was way above the line. That was over the line. That was just going too far. But that's what happens when you get Kreese involved and Tori involved. 2 psychopaths. Yeah, But anyways, Eli flips this script by the end of the episode by getting a mohawk, which impresses and awes Johnny, who says, "Wait, you're the kid with the lip? Wow, nice cut. Okay, wow, it doesn't matter what I say. Wow, you can take it." And essentially, and you have Hawk, who smiles, and he's then given his nickname. "All right, Hawk, fall in." At which point, he's put at the head of the class, and Johnny asks him very directly, "Fear does not exist in this dojo, does it?" And then he asks Aisha, "Pain does not exist in this dojo, does it?" Now, these are very pointed questions because Eli was ruled by his fear earlier, and Aisha was ruled by her pain. Aisha overcame her pain, and Hawk has obviously overcome the majority of his fear. Majority, not all. Then Johnny ends up going to Miguel and asking him, "Defeat does not exist in this dojo, does it?" Which Miguel is frequently the character who does triumph over defeat. He gets defeated, then triumphs over it. And that's where it's very pointed questions that hint at their future arc and at their past arc, and it's very interesting. I love that.
You know what's one line I love from Aisha? The fact that when a bunch of,
yeah,
it shows how much of how bloodthirsty she can be.
Yeah, she's not evil or anything. She's just hot-headed. Honestly, the actress is so talented. Honestly, I really hope she gets more roles. I really want the Aisha actress to go... she's going to go so far. If she's given half the chance. I honestly hope she comes back to Cobra-Kai. She's such a great actress. She's such a good character. But I always forget the actress's name. So I just always call her Aisha's actress. Sorry. My memory's not all that... It's not as good as it used to be when it comes to remembering people's names. Anyways, the episode ends with Johnny with a big grin on his face as he basically has all his students psyched up and his ideal dojo to an extent.
He figured out what kind of sensei he wants to be.
Yeah, and he's going to start teaching them Cobra-Kai. Basically, philosophically, Johnny is not Cobra-Kai anymore. He's teaching strike first, strike hard, no mercy. But by the end of the season, he's not philosophically he's moved away from that. So that in season 2 he's no longer teaching that kind of philosophy. He's teaching a different philosophy. And that's really the struggle, the archetypal struggle between him and Kreese. It's the struggle between Eagle Fang and Cobra-Kai, in a way. And Johnny truly does not belong in Cobra-Kai anymore. Philosophically, it's why he's a better sensei than Danny. He's teaching a more mature art form and philosophy than Cobra-Kai, but it's one that, you have to learn from scrapes and bruises, so to speak. But the trouble is that Johnny has gotten around to teaching and learned his mistakes and grown from them. That's where season 5, Johnny quitting being a sensei and Danny continuing, is a disaster. Because if anything, Danny has shown himself to be a mediocre teacher compared to Johnny. Although I do want Danny to rise to become his equal and surpass him, but season 5 has not given Danny that arc. So that's a problem. But anyways, this episode is great. Let's rate it. I'm going to say this is a 3.
Yeah, 3.
It's such a great episode. Anyways, until next time, smash that like and that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more. Do take care.